You know, the bottom line is the reason people in the streets respect Trump, the reason people in the streets love Trump, especially in the hood, is because in the real world, in the streets, it's a jungle. And everybody knows the rules of the jungle. Might is right. Whoever, the biggest and the strongest will survive. And baby, right now in the United States, we're the biggest and the strongest. We're probably the strongest we've been in a very, very long time. The fact that Trump's not taking any disrespect from these other nations when it pertains to us. The reason why Trump's not just letting these nations run over us, send us their criminals and their criminally insane across our border into our country and clearing out their own jails. Trump takes that as disrespect, and it's killing a lot of Americans. When it comes to the streets, there are certain rules that people have to live by. Trump epitomizes those, which is why so many people love and respect him throughout the hood. I mean, it's really simple. It's mainly about respect. Trump's not tolerating any disrespect. There are a lot of people that hate Trump because they don't have any pride in themselves. They hate themselves. But think about it. There are men and women out here that literally die in the name of a gang on the street that they don't even own property over. But yet everything on the left and everything in the media tells you should be ashamed and have no pride in the only country you've ever lived in. And you only speak one language. You really can't go anywhere else. But you're supposed to hate your country, but they don't mind the fact that you love and kill and die over streets you don't even own anything on. That's why we don't respect that, but we respect Trump.
My dog, what the Come fuck? My dog. Press the button on any nigga play with America. Press the button.
Hey, press the button instantly. We'll drop the hammer instantly. Trump will literally tell you to your fucking face that he doesn't like that your kids are gay and trans. He just did it to Carney in Canada. You think Trump gave a fuck? No, he kept it real. I don't like all these weird, I don't like the gay kids and the trans kids. I know what it takes for those kids. That's trauma and abuse and manipulation. That's not healthy. I don't respect it. When Trump speaks like that, I love it. But also, most of America are conservative. Street people are conservative. That's a part of being from the streets. The people on the left that tell you to hate Trump and hate the country, a lot of them are gay or into kids, and they have these weird. What do you think what happens to them when they go to jail and it's a bunch of street people in jail? What do we do to the pedophiles? What do we do to Democrats? Come on. That's why we like Trump. We don't like them. We don't like people trying to convince us of one thing. Why not just show me? Why are you telling me all this shit about Trump? Why don't you show me what's so bad about him? Okay, you want to tell me he's racist? Okay, cool. Okay, show me where. The fact that nobody ever can, and they try to get you to sideways look in the mirror, maybe because tell me I should do something in my face because I'm dark skinned. I'll slap the shit out you. I'm telling you, the Trump spirit is in all of us. Trump epitomizes what it means to be an American. I don't know if any of you have ever been to another country or been around a bunch of foreigners, but everyone knows when an American walks in the room. They can feel it. For one thing, we're larger than most people in stature. We'll fuck you up. Bro, Americans are so powerful and so strong, you really only can get another American to get with us. Nobody else stands a chance. Nobody wants none. That's why when Trump flies over to Davos and tells these people to their face, you know that agenda you've been working on where you'll own nothing and you'll be happy. Y'all been moving everything around the world trying to make that happen. Yeah, that shit's over. We're done. America's not going to ever be a country of renters. My nigga just went and shut down the entire liberal globalist agenda. Then he said, we're getting out of the World Health Organization. No, you're not about to sign some treaty with California where if there's another fake scamdemic that now the World Health Organization is going to have control because of some treat. Get the fuck, bro. Trump just threw it all out. Everything out. He said America's going to remain in the hands of nationalists and patriots. Guess what? If you don't agree with it, get the fuck out. If you don't agree with it, find a country that you're more ideologically inclined to believe in, that you're more that you're closely, your values fit that country. Move there, make it your home. Because if you're staying here in this country, if you're staying over here in my country, it's just like in the hood. You're not about to come over here in the hood and start dictating and changing. No, we do things a certain way here, and we're going to continue to do them. If you want to go outside and say, yeah, I don't like the fact that laws are being enforced against illegals, you can enforce them against Americans, especially the black ones. You can lock them up. You can kill them if they pull out guns on the police. But how dare you do it if it's an illegal migrant? How dare you do it if it's a white liberal? Man, fuck you. What are you talking about? That's nonsense. Everything must be equal. You guys are making it seem like these people are above these laws or they're better than us. That's not the case. And honestly, that's how it is in the streets. It's about balances too. Things got to be fair. I'm telling you, people respect Trump for these reasons.
Nigga a felon in the office. Real street nigga, bro. Trump the first street nigga in office, bro. What the fuck, bro? Come on, bro. That nigga in the office still scamming, still buying hoes. Come on, bro. My nigga living like that for real, bro. Obama would have never.
Bro, I'll be honest with you. We kind of see Trump the way we saw Scarface, except he's legit. He's owned casinos. He had all these bad, beautiful women. His wife is super bad still. Bro, Trump is an American, but he's edgy. He has that New York mentality. I mean, that's the only bad part about him. You really can't talk or deal with people from New York. They only can deal with each other. We don't really mesh well. People from California, people from New York, we never really become really good friends. We just communicate different. It doesn't work. But the fact is, Trump takes this country seriously. And the beautiful thing is you don't got to like him. We're not asking you to date Trump. We're asking you to understand and respect his policies because they are in the best interest of Americans. When you say America first, you mean Americans first. If you want to put Mexicans first, why are you living in America? Move to Mexico. If you're telling me, no, Rico, we should put Somalians first, then why don't you fucking move to Mogadishu? What are you doing here in the United States? Anywhere, name the country of the people that you want to put in front of Americans. That's where you need to be. And if you agree that Americans should be first, then the United States is where you need to be. But we're already drawing the lines in the sand. I don't want to hear all these people over here that are like, well, I'm buying guns because I seen ICE enforcement actually picking up illegals. They want to pick them up in my neighborhood, man. Blah, look, get your guns, shoot them, whatever. We're the Fed. We'll shove it up your ass. And then we're going to go on, continue business as usual tomorrow. But you're going to have to clear your schedule for the next 1,000 years because you're not going to make it. These are pointless battles anyway. This is the federal government, and this is not tyranny. You can never confuse enforcing immigration laws on foreigners as tyranny of Americans. There's no such thing. Anybody trying to conflate the two is trying to get you to do something stupid and crash out and throw your life away because they're not going to do it. They're trying to convince you to do it. And I don't respect people like that. That's why I like Trump. He's actually about it.
He ain't even cheat on this bitch the whole time he was in the office.
It's hard to cheat on it. It's hard to cheat on a man because Michelle is larger than Obama and Obama's gay. So Big Mike would have probably choked him just the same way they did their chef. You know, remember back when you seen that little Asian girl they used to hang out with the Obamas? Go look her up on Google right now. Obama, little Asian girl. The last picture alive of that girl is her on a boat with George Clooney and Obama. Where's that little girl at today? See, the reason that we don't like Democrats and they're pedos. They like kids. And people say, oh no, Rico, the Epstein. I don't give a fuck about the Epstein files anymore. Not until you guys on the left, not until you Democrats do something about Senate Bill 145 that literally decriminalized adults being caught having sex with kids. Don't use pedophile as a slur towards Trump until you guys actually have it enshrined in policy. Senate Bill 145. You guys love pedophilia so much, you enshrined it in policy. But yet you can't tell me who Trump did something to. You just lie about that. But you've literally created policies. So you can't have it both ways. Until you guys get rid of those policies, I don't want to hear about it. You guys got more pressing matters to deal with. That's just the truth of it.
How you a black president ain't fucking no hoes? I don't believe in you, cuz. I don't believe in you, cuz. Straight up. Nigga ain't drop rent. Nigga ain't drop gas. What? Nigga, Trump, niggas.
So yeah, another thing we like about Trump is that we're actually seeing results. See, we've all watched everything skyrocket since Biden and Harris took office, and they didn't do shit for nobody. Trump's back in office. Just him doing immigration alone, the rents in California have went down almost $1,000. A 2-bedroom that was $3,400 is around $2,300 today in Los Angeles. Gas that was $4.50 and $5 plus, even in places like Texas, is now under $2. We're already seeing the benefits of having a Trump presidency. Prices are going down. If fuel goes down, transportation costs go down. Transportation costs go down, then the cost of products in stores goes down. I don't hear nobody complain about eggs no more, but nobody's saying, "Hey Trump, thank you for the food. Hey Trump, thank you for the gas. Hey Trump, thank you for the murder rate has dropped 20%. Bro, this is the lowest the murder rate's ever been in this country in over 100 years. There are some people that are going to hear this video when I post it tomorrow that are only still alive because Trump deported the people that were going to kill him. That's what that means. If your violent crimes and murders drop at the same time that you start doing extreme immigration enforcement, then that means that it was the immigrants that were committing a lot of these murders. The thing is, you don't know who they are because you don't know their identity. They drop their IDs at the border before they come across. You don't have a birth certificate. You don't have fingerprints. You have no idea who these people are. They can commit a murder, go out of the country, buy a new identity, and come back as a new person, and you'll never know. Why do you think it's so hard to arrest the Somalian fraudsters in Minneapolis, but yet the American white woman was caught? They only caught her because they know who she is, because she's from this country. But these foreigners, you have no idea if they even exist. They can make up new names, new identities. Bro, they can name their sandal Muhammad Abdullah, and you're basically mailing checks to a nigga's sandals, and you don't even know it. By the time you go there to make an arrest, it's just a sandal with motherfucking Gucci straps on it and gold everywhere. It's just a sandal. You don't know the identity of these people. You have no clue who they are. But yet, as an American, you can be held accountable, but they cannot. I don't like double standards. Get them all the fuck up out of here. Everybody has to go. It's not fair. So Trump, the fact that Trump, you can already see the economic benefits of his presidency, that's enough for me. My people are going back to work because all the jobs that the illegals were doing, now they got to hire Americans. And guess who are the number one Americans to hire jobs that used to be worked by illegals? Blacks. All my black friends are back on the road driving trucks. They're getting job offers in warehouses. They're being offered triple if they go to school for 3 months for electricity, HVAC, plumbing. I'm thinking my whole life in California, I never knew these were jobs that were ever even available to people. I thought I never knew anyone that had a regular job like this because every industry completely dominated by illegals who work for slave wages. So we never stood a chance. That's why there were so many of us in the streets. There's never been jobs. We never even looked to ask for jobs because ever since before we were born, immigrants have been literally taking these positions. I lucked out because I had a family business. A lot of my friends didn't. And even when I wanted to work somewhere, they'll be like, well, we'll give you a job if you're bilingual, but people that don't speak Spanish, we don't hire them. Imagine you live in a country where they tell you, if you don't speak a foreigner's language, we can't hire you. But listen, by the time Trump's done, I'll never have to press 1 for English ever again. And I'm bilingual. So I should be, but still, it's not fair to Americans. Yeah, it benefits me, but at what cost? Society? What about all the people that were on the unemployment lines? What about all the people on welfare? It's like they literally put the illegals to work for slave wages and put the Americans on welfare and government assistance. Trump is reversing all of that, cutting down the government assistance and making sure we have plenty of jobs open. There's not going to be any excuses for not being a strong, independent, self-sufficient, self-reliant American once again. Because of Trump, I'll be honest, America's already great again now. The fact that rents are down and gas is down, America's great again, in my opinion. The geopolitical stuff, him kicking ass and taking names around the world, That's just all bonuses. I literally voted for all this. He's gone way above and beyond as far as giving me my vote's worth. I've already received my money worth with Trump, and I appreciate everything I'm seeing, all these results. It doesn't get any better than this, honestly.
Straight up, bro. God bless America.
So when the nigga kept, that's crazy. When you see street people being patriotic and saying God bless America, you would have never heard a rapper say that 5 years ago. You would have never heard anybody who wasn't basically a white person in the Midwest say God bless America, I love my country. Now we all can, because you know what? Now we're all getting a glimpse onto how the world mistreats us and how these people that come here don't give a fuck about us or our laws, how they disrespect us, and we don't like it anymore. We don't want to deal with it. Now we're saying, it's no shame in saying, I love my country, doing the Pledge of Allegiance, standing for the flag, standing at a standing ovation for our flag. You should be proud. You should be at pride in your country. You're supposed to have that. You know, we can have pride in sports teams, right? But you can't have pride in the nation you live in. They want you to hate your president and hate yourself and hate your city. Bro, why? Think about who's behind all that. If they're enemies of Trump, that means they're enemies of you. So really, when Trump said they're really after you, he's just, in a way, he was telling the truth. Now we can see that. It's clear as day. And you see how he made easy work of the president of Venezuela. That was also something that the street niggas love. Bro, the fact that he was able to pack up one of his ops who was talking greasy, flirting with other countries, talking about what they're going to do in our backyard, saying what we won't do. Do you know how they sent 20 American soldiers in there? 20 Americans wiped out over 400 of his guardsmen. And they were there for less than an hour. They were able to get in there before Maduro could even get into the safe room, snatched him up and didn't even kill him. Brought him back and brought his wife. Real street shit. That's like some hood mafia shit. And we like that. I don't want a pussy ass president. I don't like people tiptoeing. I didn't like when I heard the Chinese say, you guys don't get to speak from a position of strength. I don't like that. Why? Who are you to talk? I'm the American in the room. I kick ass. You get asses kicked. We're different. I don't like all this pretending these other countries are equal to us. They're beneath us. They depend on us for protection and we give them welfare too. We don't just give welfare to our people. We were doing USAID. We were funding programs all over the world. Everything's about everybody else. Americans are getting the short end of the stick is an understatement. Trump's reversing all of that. We're shutting down all those entitlement programs around the world. All that money is going to be back spent over here. And I'll be honest, I don't even want anything from Trump. I just want him to get the government out of my way. I want smaller government. When I want to open up a business, I need less regulation. If I want to open up something in California and I got to get a liquor license, I don't need $300,000 for a liquor license, and it got to be grandfathered in. So I'm really never even going to be a business owner. I'm never going to own the building. I'm never going to be able to buy anything because of all the bureaucracy and the red tape. I'm praying that once we move from the fraud in Minnesota and we get to California and eventually, hopefully we get Newsom out of there, we can actually turn California back into an American state, because it's been gone for years now. They don't respect our voting laws. They don't respect our immigration laws. They didn't respect our marijuana laws. Nothing under the Fed, but yet they're begging for money every year. They say California is the fourth largest economy, but Mexico's number 6 out of 190. So even the people that are coming to this country, it's not because Mexico's poor, it's because they're being paid to come here and they're subsidized. It's a job to move here. That's why they get all the benefits, more benefits than Americans. And I'm glad Trump is cutting it all off. Done.
If the Venezuela president and came back, what would you think? What would you say? Real street nigga. Hey, kidnapped this dumb ass. Took the oil. Who we gonna give it to? We don't even need your oil. We have it like that in America. We could have kept it for ourselves. Then he dropped the price. Nigga, gas in Colorado was $2. Y'all don't even know this. Gas be $4 up there. It's $2 right now.
Bro, it's just crazy that we have to explain this to people. There are so many net benefits of Trump, but people are so used to not ever getting anything from a president that they don't understand what to even look for. And they don't understand that this is a time to be grateful and appreciative of all of these benefits. It's crazy, but this is how people are. But I'm glad that people like Juice Lord and myself, we're out here talking to people. We're out here speaking to people directly about what's going on. And I mean, some people are changing. They're like, hey, you know what? Maybe you're right. I like Trump now. I'm looking at what he's doing. As long as you turn off CNN for a few days, you can get your mind right. Turn off all the liberal media, a bunch of gay people telling you what to do. If you're not gay, why are you listening to a bunch of gay people? They don't even have the same values as you. They're going into completely different directions. Here you are trying to find a wife, trying to find a husband, have kids. These people don't do that. So their reality vision is completely distorted. They live in a different world than you. They want to see this place crash and burn because they know if it stays strong with law enforcement, eventually the fact that they hunt kids secretly, all these people you see on these shows, all these gay and these liberals, they have a thing about kids, and they know in jail they're done once they get there because, jail people are conservatives. We don't like pedos. They hate Trump because he's literally strengthening law enforcement. And there is no turning back. We're not going to stop. The mission is going to be completed, well, with your support or without it, basically.
Celebrate hurrah! What the fuck? Come on, cuz. Y'all playing, bro. On Juice. This shit is insane. Y'all don't appreciate Trump. You ain't getting no money. You ain't getting no money. That's all. You feel me? Shout out to Trump.
That's true. People who are in this country, but they're not doing any kind of business, they don't appreciate Trump. But people like me, I do business, people that are working, people that have families and things to lose, we appreciate all the effort. It's just that being silent and not pushing back on these other people, it kind of sometimes you might feel like you're alone, but you're not. There are other people out here that agree, but it was just not really politically correct to speak up. But now it has to be. We're watching people that are throwing their lives away on TV, and people are trying to convince me that they're the victims. No, you're not. How are you going to show up to a peaceful protest armed with a gun with an extra clip? Who you plan on shooting it out with? ICE? You mean you were planning on fighting federal law enforcement that enforces immigration law? You were planning on having a shootout with them, and you thought you were going to live? At this point, when you forfeit your life, I don't want to hear about it. That's on you. Everybody can make bad decisions. You should have stayed home, made some hot cocoa in that negative 40 degrees. But if you want to go out there and get yourself smacked, go for it. It's America first and America only. God bless America and God bless Donald J. Trump. I'll be back on live in about 20 minutes. Cheers.
I've been needing to find a new apartment, which has not been easy with credit as bad as mine. Luckily, I found cosigning.com. They connected me with a cosigner who helped me get my dream apartment for me and my dog. I just paid a small fee and was able to move in fast. Get the cosigner you need for the apartment you want. Check out cosigning.com today.